This whole thing, uh-oh, it thinks I'm stealing it. I better get off. Today, I'm back here at Impact Challenger Arena in Bangkok, Thailand for the 46th annual Bangkok International Motor Show. We're here on Media Day before the show opens, so I'm going to show you all the cool cars, motorcycles, and anything else that we can find. As you can clearly see, this is Media Day. I came before the show opens. The show is actually open March 26th through April 6th, and this is the Media Day, so I can show you all the stuff before everybody comes in here, but we have to avoid all of the big presentations because it's really loud. And it's only 100 baht to get in here, so come and check it out. As always, there's tons of Chinese car manufacturers, and right now we've come over here to Great Wall Motors, and this is the GWM tank. And if you think it looks similar to a Mercedes G-Wagon, well, you don't have to squint too hard to see the lines that are very close to that Mercedes product. This thing's very boxy, very bulky, and they've kind of built it as if it already has the Brabus body kit on it. Quite stylish. There's obviously way too many vehicles here for me to show you every single one of them. So I'm going to show you what I think is interesting and what looks new to me that I might have not seen here, as this is my third year at this show. And right now we're walking up to one of my favorite booths. And of course, that will be Porsche. I'm excited to see what they have to offer this year. We've got a really nice red 718 over here. You know, I'm more of a fan of the 911 body style, but these 718s, especially the GT4, they're really growing on me. And don't forget, there's almost a 300% markup on some import cars. So the price on this 718, look at that, it's 7.149 million baht, which is approximately $230,000. And if you think that was expensive, how about this 911 here? I'm loving the blue color, but look at the price on this. It is 14,285,000 baht, which I think is right around, $400,000? Wow. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed this year. Porsche did not bring anything super exciting. They've got about 5 or 6 cars here, including, of course, the Taycan. And honestly, the only time I've really seen people buying those is when they needed to buy 1 or 2 to get an allocation slot for a 911 GT3 RS. So a little underwhelming this year. And right next to the Porsche booth is the Mercedes booth. Okay, we got to watch this boom. And over here we've got the G-Wagon. This is an AMG outfitted G-Wagon. And as you can see, the GWM tank, relatively close copy of this vehicle. This design actually goes back to, I believe, about 1976. They just keep updating it, putting more stuff on it. So it's really a cool design. And I don't know how much longer it'll be around, but they've been milking this thing for now 40 plus years, I think. Let's try this thing out. Ooh. Oh yeah. I've got a friend that's got one of these, and boy, is it a nice vehicle. Look at this, filled with Alcantara, leather, beautiful, beautiful car. And by the G-Wagon over here, we have got an AMG GT63, and of course, the beautiful SL55 convertible. I kind of like the hardtop more. I think I'll go for the GT63 over the SL55. What about you? Which one do you like more? Deepal has brought a lot of their electric cars back out, and this is something I haven't seen before. This is the Avatar 2, I guess it's pronounced Avatar. Interesting vehicle, kind of reminds me of the Jaguar F-Pace a little bit. All electric, I'm assuming. Interesting car, but more interesting over here. So we have this beautiful model standing in the front. I believe last year Xpeng had a flying drone. Well, of course it's a flying drone, but I mean, it was a manned drone that you could actually, I guess, hover in, fly in, and now this year Deepal has one as well. I'm not sure if any of these are production models. They still look quite dangerous to me and quite scary. Would you go up in one of these? I'm not sure if I would. Let me know in the comments below if you would actually take a ride in one of these. Interesting display. And by the way, do you hear that? No, because there's no announcers on, so now's the time to go around and talk and show you some stuff. And what is going on over here? Look at this little guy. It's kind of almost like Boston Dynamics, one of their dogs, but this is not a Boston Dynamics dog. It's a cyber dog. Whoa. Sit, boy. He's doing push-ups. Oh my God. Don't mess with the robot dog that can do push-ups because he can definitely kick your butt. BYD once has a huge display here. Actually took a ride over here to the show in a BYD Seal. They're really nice electric cars. I haven't seen this before. This is the BYD Shark. It is their kind of a compact truck. It's got a very small bed, probably about a 4-foot bed, and it's a 4-door. Looks like it's got quite a bit of room inside. But this is actually pretty cool, especially because it's all electric. GAC, AION, I'm not sure if it's the same company or not. I'm not up on my electric cars, but they're having a press conference. Like I said, this show is packed with Chinese electric cars. There's got to be a minimum of a dozen manufacturers here, probably more. Each year there's more and more, and they're becoming very predominant. The designs are typically very similar to some Japanese, European designs. Yeah, like this thing here. It definitely looks like the Lexus LM. That's what I was thinking. This looks very similar to it. So a lot of these Chinese cars, I think they get a lot of their design cues from other manufacturers, to say the least. All right, this is a model from Jayco. Definitely has some of the new Defender feel to it. Maybe not the front end, but the side angle and the back profile definitely looks like a mini Defender. Let's go check out the other hall here at the Bangkok International Motor Show. Before we go there though, I want to check this out. This is the Terra. My understanding is this is the first car that's built in Thailand that's going to be for a sports race series. It is like a hypercar. I believe it is all carbon fiber. This thing is absolutely insane. It's the T63, definitely meant to be a race car. This is not going to be a street car, but boy, this thing is pretty wild. And as cool as that car is, I think my favorite here so far, at least as far as really cool, is going to be the Gordon Murray T50. And of course, Gordon Murray developed the McLaren F1, and he has a long career in racing, and this is one of his latest cars. This thing's absolutely fantastic. It is a beautiful car. I'm surprised I've seen it here. It's the first one I've seen, and you want to know the price of this? I've been told that this car is 300 million baht here in the country of Thailand, which is $8 million. And the same person that owns this owns the white McLaren Speedtail that was here last year, owns a white LaFerrari, a whole bunch of different white cars. And this thing's absolutely gorgeous. Loving the center seat seating position in this car, and the design is just magnificent. You can see in the back, it's got a fan. It's supposed to be active downforce that it creates with basically vacuum. This thing is amazing. I'm really curious to see how it sounds. I would love to hear the engine fire up. Honestly, this hall is quite empty this year. Last year it was pretty full, a lot more interesting cars. And this year there's not a ton of really exciting stuff over here. Honda has got a full fleet set up over here, and I'm pretty excited because they even have motorcycles, and I'm looking for a new bike. Pretty sure this is new. I don't think Honda's made a Forza 750 before. This is a giant scooter. But interestingly enough, it is actually chain driven. That's pretty interesting, but I'm more excited to see the actual Honda motorbikes, not the motor scooters. And one of my favorites is this right here. The Honda Africa Twin. This is a big bike. I believe it's 1100 cc's. Absolutely loving the red, white, and blue colors with the gold wheels. This would be the perfect adventure bike. As much as I love this bike, it's much more bike than I need. This is what I'm interested in buying to replace the Honda ADV 160. This is the Honda NX 500. It's the CB 500X. Just freshened up, and I think this bike is exactly what I'm looking for, except I want it in white. I'll have to come back when the show is open to everyone and walk around and take a look some more. This is a very comfortable bike. I'm definitely excited to pick one of these up because I think this will be perfect for what I'm looking for. Another consideration for me was the Honda Transalp. This is a 750. I also think this is going to be a little too much bike for what I'm looking for. If you're into retro bikes, then this is it for you. This reminds me of the CB1100F. This is the CB1300 Super 4, pretty much like a naked super bike. Very beautiful, and this design goes back to, I believe, the late 70s, early 80s. Obviously, it's been updated, refreshed, but this is a gorgeous motorbike. I gotta get out of here because there's so many bikes here that I want. I mean, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. Let's continue on and see what else we got over here. Looks like more motorcycles over here, so let's make a quick pit stop there. But wait a minute, before we do that, I see one of my favorite little sections. That would be the Suzuki stand. I don't know why, but the Suzuki Carry and these little Suzuki Celerios are just really cute. Don't really care for the pink, but they do set them up pretty well. And the Suzuki Jimny, known as the Suzuki Samurai back in the US. They haven't sold them there since the mid-80s, but these are cute little vehicles, nice little 4x4s. I'm loving the color scheme on this one, kind of retro. It's obviously have some accessories on it, but what a cool looking vehicle. And the price on this is 1,760,000 baht. I think that's about $40,000. I can't do math at the moment. I'll put it on the screen. If you're looking for an affordable car here in Thailand, the Suzuki Swift is definitely one of them, especially with a price tag of 637,000 Thai baht, which works out to be right around $18,000, $19,000. It's a great little compact car for this big, crazy city. And of course, we have the ubiquitous Suzuki Carry. There's something really cute about these trucks. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's playing with the Tamika models as a kid, but I love these. They're tiny. There's not a lot of room inside of them. They're very plain inside. I mean, it's all like vinyl. The sides of the beds fold down. It's very utilitarian, but I love it. I could carry on about this truck for a long time, but let's move on. And at only 395,000 Thai baht, that is right around $11,000, $12,000. Super affordable. Every year that I come to this show, I kind of get lost because it's hard to make your way through here because it zigzags. There's motorcycles, there's cars, there's even boats over there. So there's always so much to see, and inevitably I always miss something. I think I'm familiar with this brand, Yadea. They've got a bunch of scooters. Obviously all electric, interesting little setup, and they have quite a few different models here. Even some like little covered cars and these tiny little bikes with pedals on them. These little suitcase bikes are kind of cute. I'm afraid I'll almost break it if I sat on it too long, but honestly, they're quite heavy. This thing's got to weigh around 30 pounds, and there's not a ton of storage in there. Interesting little vehicle. Really digging this little police bike. It's kind of done up in London Metropolitan Police colors. Very nice. Love this little thing. Here we go. I found the Suzuki V-Strom 650. Okay, this is much more manageable. I like this. Not sure I like it more than the Honda. It's got a bigger windscreen, but I'll have to test ride both of these. It looks like BMW is going to be next with their exhibition, unveiling whatever bike they might have over here. I love BMWs, own several of them, beautiful bikes. The GS bikes, like I've said before, are one of my favorites. But again, I feel it's too big of a bike and just more power than you really need here in Thailand. This is a brand that I'm not familiar with, JY Air. It says Joyful Drive, Joyful Life. They've got a whole bunch of vehicles here. I think it's all the same model, and I'm not really sure what the story is with these. I'm guessing they are electric cars. Interesting design, yet another Chinese manufacturer. I don't know what it is with me and the mini bikes. These remind me of the Honda Motocampo that went in the back of the Honda City. These are really cool. I don't know what I'd do with one. It's just a fun little bike. Definitely a Motocampo copy, but I don't know. It's just something fun. You gotta have a little fun in your life. This whole thing, uh-oh, it thinks I'm stealing it. I better get off. And this is called a motor show because it's pretty much anything with a motor, including this Honda Marine boat. Don't know anything about boats, but boy, this thing is beautiful. It would be nice to take it out. Denza. This also looks like the Lexus LM. This is Denza. Very interesting how many Lexus LM lookalikes there are. Can't have a car show in Thailand without Isuzu D-Max trucks. Here they are. 4-door. Of course, we got the 2-door Spark over there, but one of my favorites, as always, is going to be this full-blown V-Cross off-road setup. And of course, when there's cars, there's always models here in Thailand. Almost skipped one of my favorite brands, Audi. They've got some cool stuff again this year, really nice colors. I have to go look at the station wagons. There's something about station wagons, or touring as you would call them in Europe, that I absolutely love. I don't have a family, don't have kids, don't have dogs, but I absolutely love these things, especially when you get stuff like this red RS4 over here, or the RS3. These are just the vehicles that I would absolutely love to have and drive, but really quite expensive. This RS4 is 6,500,000 baht, which is right around $200,000 US. And all of these vehicles are definitely expensive here in Thailand. Don't see many Jeeps here in Thailand. They are quite expensive. Got a couple Rubicons here. Really nice. This one's got the roof off. Look at that full roll cage. Really curious as to the price on this one. Oh my God, that is 5 million baht. So that works out to be about $65,000 for a Jeep. What do you think? I think a lot of other cars for that kind of money I would buy. However, you want something unique in the country of Thailand, you're gonna have to pay up to get something like that, or maybe even a Ford Mustang. Those cars are just very expensive here, and you just kind of have to get used to it. Still very beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, we're over here by the Maserati stand, the Grecole Trofeo. Not familiar with that. Of course, we have the GT, the Grand Touring. They don't make a Quattraport anymore. There's a Trofeo here, which is their convertible. And then here at the end, we have the Grecole again. Grecole, I'm thinking of pasta. I'm hungry, it's lunch. Okay, let's go see what else we got before I start thinking of more and more food as we look at the Italian cars. Toyota is in full effect here representing. They've got all their vehicles. I'm digging this truck over here. It's kind of an off-road setup, except it's lowered. Not really sure what the point of that was, but it looks really cool. Yaris ATV, etc. There's quite a few cool Toyotas here. Eventually, I'm gonna have to buy myself a car. I'm getting so close because I just miss driving. So I'm looking for a vehicle. It's not gonna be a new one, but I'm looking at some Hondas, Toyotas, etc. I love Toyotas. That's probably my #1 brand as far as reliability and longevity. I've owned a number of them, and I've racked up hundreds of thousands of kilometers on them with hardly any problems. I almost left the Toyota booth without looking at another one of my favorite vehicles, and that is the Hilux Champ. This is a very inexpensive truck here in Thailand. This one obviously has some accessories, and when I say they're inexpensive, they are. Look at this. This is 597,000 baht, which works out to be right around $14,000 US. It's a great truck. You can do lots of things. As you can see, they've got one set up here as a food truck, and they're making hot dogs. There's even a pet spa truck over here. And of course, over here, there's an express delivery truck. And here is the Lexus LM that I was talking about, that there's so many people that are copying. This is LM 350H. It is a beautiful vehicle. My friend has one. I've ridden in it several times. It's an absolutely gorgeous vehicle, ridiculously comfortable. You can get it with a big partition right here with a giant TV, just the way he has it set up, with just 2 seats. And boy, it is definitely the epitome of luxury. And these are not cheap. They are 6.2 million baht, which works out to be about $180,000. Not a cheap vehicle, but if you want to be driven around in style here in Thailand, currently this is the best way to go. I was going to skip the stand, but look at this, the Geely Ridara, with a pop-top tent, which is obviously not standard equipment. It's something that they can sell you. This is kind of a cool looking little truck. I'm digging it. But now we have come to my favorite booth, and that would be the BMW booth. If I could have a BMW M Touring and M5 Touring, that would be my favorite car of all. I love coming to look at the vehicles. Let's see if we can find an M5 or an M5 Touring here today. But the grills are definitely getting bigger and bigger. I mean, these grills are quite large, but I mean, what is going on here? I know, the new 4 Series, 3 Series, they're putting these giant grills on them. I don't know. It's too big, I think, but you know, everyone has different tastes. Of course, BMW has the M2 here. This is a very interesting car, box flared. It's got some squared off portions to it. Very interesting. It's definitely not cheap. It comes in at 6,419,000 baht, which works out to be about $175,000. It's not a cheap car, very expensive here. And right next to it, we've got the BMW M240i xDrive. These are really nice. I actually owned one of these in the States. This purple color is really appealing to me. Normally not something that I would like, and the price is a lot more reasonable, 4,389,000 baht, which I believe is right around $125,000 US. The iX, interesting vehicle. And also we've got over here the i7. I believe this is like a hybrid plug-in 7 Series. It is ginormous. But sadly, I'm not seeing an M5 or an M5 competition or an M5 Touring here. Oh well. I'm gonna go geek out on some of the other cars and motorcycles that are here. While I do that, why don't you check out some of my other videos? Guys, please make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very soon in another episode.